Hello and welcome. This is a Tesla 2021 Model Y Performance. I've always wanted to do that. Shout out to Doug McMurrow. My name is Sean Dempsey. I want to give you a quick tour of the external of my Model Y and show you all the interesting features and cool things. Take you through the car and show you all the awesome things about a Tesla. Let's get into it. All right, the 2021 Tesla Model Y Performance. The main difference, aside from the performance aspect of the Tesla regular Model Y long range, you'll see it comes standard with these 21-inch Uberturbine wheels with Pirelli P0 rubber. You also get the large red painted brake calipers and a slightly lowered suspension. Also externally, the other thing that you'll find on the performance models is this rear carbon fiber lip spoiler. Also get a red line underneath the dual motor badge there that signifies that you are behind a performance model. I opted for the solid black. It is a $1,000 upgrade, and that is the only exterior feature that you can purchase with the Model Y Performance as far as upgrades. On the inside, I did go ahead and get the white leather. It is pretty sweet. I will do another video of the interior tour, but let's take a look at the storage that we have. One of the best features about the Model Y is the massive amount of storage you get. So let's take a look at the trunk. So it does have a lift gate. One of the big features over a Model 3 is that you have this wide open storage, whereas a Model 3 you have a traditional trunk. And as you can see, we have storage that's really deep on both sides of the trunk, and you could probably fit, say, like a couple of 2 liters, but it is deep. I'm gonna stick my hand down in here, see if you can see that. I mean, I'm almost to my elbow. It's really deep, and that's a really great and interesting amount of storage. But the storage doesn't stop there. We also have a sub trunk, which is really deep as well. I also have the mobile charger down there as well, and some right now some protective towels, just as we're transporting some interesting items that don't want to get the car too dirty, right? And then we also have another storage area just behind the sub trunk. It's not incredibly deep, but you could fit some if you want to simply hide something back there, it would be perfect for hiding a laptop or maybe some other types of small gear. But that is an incredible amount of storage. I also have the fold flat buttons on either side. Now, I actually have my kids' car seats in it right now, so they won't automatically fold flat, but press these buttons and they will fold those down, assuming you don't have kids back there or their car seats. Another tip that I want to talk about right away, and one of the first things I did, was the liftgate height. So in my garage, I have a pretty low ceiling where my garage door comes down. So what you can do, and a pretty neat feature, is if it actually goes up pretty high. So there is the full height of the trunk. the back hatch. So that goes up really high, and that would definitely touch the top of my garage door. And so instead of banging it on there and scraping it up, or perhaps especially if I'm getting something out, you can actually set the height of that with this button here. So this actually closes it as well, so I can go ahead and close it. So, you know, just like a standard hatchback, or if you've got a wagon of some sort, modern cars have that feature, but that's new. So you can see it didn't open quite all the way or to that full height. That's because I set it with this button. So once you get it to the height that you want to set it to, up or down, then you can press and hold this button for about 3 to 5 seconds, and it will beep a few times, and it will set that height. So every single time you open up the hatch from that point on, it will stay at that height. Pretty neat and super convenient feature, especially for protecting your Model Y. And most Teslas have this feature as well. Actually, most EVs have this feature as well, is the Frunk. It seems to be one of the biggest party tricks about an EV. Obviously not having a engine or anything else in here. Instead, we get to reclaim that space with storage. It is also pretty deep. It really resembles a cooler. And in fact, you can get a soft-sided cooler, and there may even be some hard-sided ones that you can fit right in there. And that works pretty well, so you can have Frunk gating, I suppose. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of with the Frunk is closing it. So to close it, press it down, and then you have to give it one final push. And you have to do it with 2 hands, because really, unfortunately, this hood is pretty thin, and I'm pretty afraid of actually denting it. So I will go ahead and use both my hands to do that after this video. So the other thing that you're going to find on Model Y performance models specifically that is going to be different at this point, as of June 2021, is that the performance models are coming with the Euro matrix headlights. And what that essentially means is there's a projector headlamp right on this far right side here. So that headlamp is not something that comes on the long range models. And from my understanding, it was added to European models because it didn't quite meet the lighting standards needed for some of the European regulations. So the Model Y performances are coming with those projector headlamps on the left-hand side. I do believe those are only for the high beams, but I could be wrong about that. Now, if you're not familiar with Teslas at all, one of the awesome things, and my favorite thing I think about the Model Y, is this roof. Now, it's hard to see on my particular model because I have a black car, but this is all glass. The entire roof is glass, and let me tell you, it is amazing. I actually think the best view is from the back seat. So let's get into the back seat, and I'll see if I can get you a really good look at what that looks like. All right, so I said I wasn't gonna do an interior tour, but I'm gonna give you a quick preview. I do have my kids' car seats in here, so you can even see what these are. These are just some booster seats. I did get some seat backings. I'm actually gonna be swapping those out, so there'll be another video on that, because I did have to take some time for that. But let me show you this glass. Look at that monster glass. Now, it's hard to see with the reflection, but it goes all the way back. There's just this one pillar, and it's kind of low and kind of thick, but you know, when you're sitting in the driver's seat, you can't really tell how thick that is. And then it just goes through the back window. That is awesome. That's definitely, again, one of my favorite things about Teslas, is that this huge glass panel. So let's take one last look at these Uberturbines, because you know what? They are pretty dang awesome as well. Especially with these red brake calipers, it really stands off. Now, the other thing that I really like about these Uberturbines is that in combination with the lowered suspension and the 21-inch rims, it really fills that wheel well very nicely. The one thing I've noticed about the 19 inches that come standard on the long range is that they don't quite fill up that as much, and so this really does make a difference to the overall look and feel of the exterior of this model, and really gives it that pretty aggressive stance. And I really love the motion of those wheels as well. They're probably one of the best looking stock wheels I have ever seen. A little bit partial, but still pretty dang good. So we'll also see on the exterior, just so we do a little bit more of an in-depth here, is we do have these ultrasonic ports. Again, a lot of cars are coming with these, and if you've been keeping up with any of the Tesla news, that one of the things that is missing from May 2021 and forward, Model Ys and Model 3s, is the radar. So those are not radar, those are the ultrasonic. They're for close-in sensor detection, especially great for parking and recognizing objects that are close by, which are projected on your screen. So the sensors are still there. The radar was for the front only, and there aren't any external things that would show that particular feature. The lighting system is all LED as well, so both the front lights and the fog lights and the turn lights and the rear lights are all LED. Another really interesting thing that I found is the folding mirrors are automatic. So once you walk away from the car, they will fold in. It is a setting you can change, so if you'd like to change it, you can do that. I actually have a setting where when I approach my garage, it will fold them in before I even stop. So that's actually a really nice feature, so I don't have to do it every time I pull into the garage. And another kind of quirk that I have noticed with the Teslas, which I didn't even think about, is the wiper blades. If you see on the hood, there aren't any ports for your washer fluid. Well, the washer fluid actually comes from the wipers themselves. They're built in several points. There's one, if you can see right there, and then on the edges as well, I believe, are also the washer ports. So a really interesting and kind of quirky feature, if you will, of the Model Y exterior. The handles are also something that I get a lot of questions about, and how do you get in this thing? I mean, my kids were super confused. It's actually pretty intuitive and really neat, and feels just solid. It should just be done this way. So what you do, and the easiest thing, is you put your thumb and use that for leverage to pull the handle out. So then I can grab this whole handle and then I can pull out and open the car. So again, really simple. Thumb in, grab the handle. Very cool. Also notice some of the cameras on the outside. We have a camera here in the B-pillar. We have cameras in the turn signal indicators. Right there. And then there's one in the rear as well, and then there are a couple in the front windshield. So the rear is pretty standard for most cars. The side ones, not so much. So you'll see camera sensors for the front are here, right in the middle. And there are the folding mirrors again. So that is my Tesla Model Y Performance exterior tour. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. And definitely, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. I'm not even gonna say it. See you next video. Tesla 5.